Hi everybody, this is Dr. Megan Parks, and today we're going to be talking about the second half of your cycle, which is the luteal phase. The luteal phase actually starts at the time of ovulation. After ovulation ends, this is the end from the luteal, goes all the way until we are going to be starting our cycle all over when menstruation happens again. Typically, if you're about a 28 day in between each cycle, you're thinking around day 16 through 28. So the luteal phase, think wind down. This is when your progesterone dominates. It's going to get really, really high, but towards closer to when you start menstruating, it starts falling again. Because of this, your energy is also going to slowly decline. You're going to start noticing this because your body's really preparing to rest. It's really preparing to shed that lining. And so again, wind down is the phase I would like you to think of. So as I mentioned, progesterone is going to rise, then it's going to fall. So one of our goals is to make sure that we can keep our mood calm. We also really want to reduce a lot of those cravings and really prep for the best environment for our period to have. Otherwise, you're set for those awful symptoms from PMS, from cramping, from just and feeling awful. So foods that are going to be really helpful during this part, foods are going to be like your complex carbs. So what I'm thinking here is sweet potatoes, quinoa. Those are going to be really good about supporting the mood. Another thing that you really want to start thinking about adding and making sure you're getting is B6 and magnesium. Foods that have this are going to be your bananas, your dark chocolate, nuts are going to have it as well. But the reason for that is, especially with the magnesium, if you're lacking it, this is when you can have cramping. And again, if any of you have had horrible periods, this is going to help alleviate some of that. I also want you to try to avoid excess sugar. I know cravings become really big, but excess sugar and caffeine, again, that's going to work against you. That's going to actually create a bunch of the cramping. And so my goal for you is to ease a lot of that PMS symptoms. Another thing you want to be doing is you can add root vegetables. As mentioned in previous, pumpkin seeds are phenomenal. Leafy greens, turkey's also going to be really good food to incorporate during this part of your phase. When we talk movement, beginning of the cycle, because as I said, progesterone's going to dominate. Progesterone's going to be really high. So in the very beginning, think kind of when you were back in your ovulation stage, you can still be hitting the strength early on in the first half. So rule of thumb, halfway between start to start, you can be still doing strength training. Towards the end, as I said, your body's going to wind down, your energy is going to start dropping. This is when I want you to be looking at more walking movement. I want you doing more yoga, Pilates. Really honor slower pace. This is not the time right before you're getting ready to have your period when your energy is dropping and you just push through. I know we're all taught, just keep going, just keep going. The problem with that is females, I mentioned this in a previous video, females are very sensitive to cortisol. Females are very sensitive to insulin. And if you are trying to push when your body's trying to rest, you're just causing this whole cycle of cramping, irritability, just feeling awful and depleted. So different things, as I mentioned before, just focus and goals. I want to leave you with this. Self-care is not selfish. This is the perfect time to set boundaries, make sure you're practicing self-care, finish up your projects. It's a great time for follow through. It's a great time for just finishing things and setting that relaxation. I hope that this helps, and I hope that this empowers you to have a better cycle. Thank you.